Hi, I'm Kennesha Jackson, and I am the state's Victims' Rights Administrator. I administer the Victims' Rights Fund, so the Arizona Attorney General's Office of Victim Services is charged with administering the Victims' Rights Fund. The funding is distributed to criminal justice agencies statewide. When we identify a crime at a crime scene, as it relates to victims, a lot of people are not familiar with their victims' rights. If a person is arrested, most people know that there are Miranda rights, but they don't necessarily know that you do have a right as a victim to receive a request waiver form so that you can be notified at a later date on the criminal justice process, initial appearance, or anything as it relates to pre-conviction and post-conviction. So I think that, it is essential, if anyone is interested in the criminal justice field, to kind of see everything in both perspectives, from the prosecutor standpoint, law enforcement standpoint, the defendant standpoint, and the victims. So every day I come in, I check my email, I check the grants management system to see if there's new users who have registered to the system to apply for the Victims' Rights Fund. I also brief things over with my director. I try to stay updated with the most recent legislative updates as it relates to victims' rights. So that's pretty much a typical day for me. With my position, I also present trainings on victim services and essentially what we do here at the Arizona Attorney General's office. Today, I'm going to provide you kind of with a brief overview of the history of victims' rights in the state of Arizona. Essentially, we kind of go over the definition of a victim, who is a victim. That's a good one. It's kind of an interactive presentation. The victim also has the right to refuse a defense interview, no questions asked. Believe it or not, I was going through one of my diaries the other day, and it said I wanted to be a WNBA player. But obviously I'm not a WNBA player, but that goes to show that, you can say you want to be something, but you don't always have to stick to that. Sometimes life just takes you on different paths and you become interested in different things along the way. I think when I graduated from high school, I said I wanted to be a journalist, and I received my bachelor's degree in journalism. I was very interested in the field, but I got interested into investigative journalism, and from that point I got interested into hard news, crime, and so then I decided to get my master's degree in criminal justice, and so that's how I got into the criminal justice field and interested in victim services. You have to be really passionate about what you want to do working in the criminal justice field, and be open to learning new things, because there's new legislation that changes all the time, staying updated. So kind of being a go-getter, if you will. Starting off, I graduated high school at the age of 16, and then I started college immediately. My mom had me involved in a lot of different programs, such as the Youth and Education Commission, and I think that was kind of the start of me developing skills to carry out and practical experience. And so when I decided to get my degree in criminal justice, I came into the program with an open mind. And then I start seeing the different courses that were offered. There was a victimization course, there was a course in courts and sentencing, and so I decided to take those classes, and then that's when I started to get interested and aware that there are victims' rights law and different agencies that have victims' rights services. You never know what a particular job may entail. I learned something new every single day. Your writing skills, math. Never did I think I would be doing something that would be dealing with numbers. That's why I went into school for journalism. So, now I'm working with numbers, but thankfully enough, while I was getting my undergraduate degree, I had a math course, and then in my master's degree program, I had statistics. So just everything that you learn, build memory so that when you do come across that, you're able to carry out those skills that you learned previously. I would just recommend anyone that's interested in the criminal justice field to get to know the field. Starting with law enforcement, they always have ride-alongs. Call your local agency if you're interested in victim advocacy. Speak with an advocate. I'm pretty sure they'll be more willing to help you. With an administrator, you can call an administrator. Get to know the resources that are available within your local area.